There we go. As I make sure that I am not mutilated today, hello everybody. Welcome in to the Eve Interviews a History Scope. At least this one is a history scope. Today we have Deadspace Excavations, if I can read correctly. My dyslexia coming into play. Here today with us, and I will let our guest introduce himself.
Hey everybody, I am Charles Marsai. I'm actually just the director in Deadspace Excavations and the second in command at Shadow Ultimatum Alliance. Good to be here.
Fantastic. I really appreciate you being here and being willing to talk about your corp. And just because I have also now that you once you told me, I started looking for the adverts in stations, and I've seen a
hmm
couple, and I was like, okay, this is pretty awesome. I bet there's some cool lore here. But so kind of just giving us kind of a little start off before we start talking about adverts and stations. Um, your corporation's name. How was that
Yes.
come up with? Where did it kind of get its beginnings?
So our CEO and founder is fond of this horror game called Deadspace, and he really enjoyed the idea of the USG Ishimura from the game, which apparently is a capital giant mining ship that the game takes place in. I don't know, I've never played it.
Okay.
Um, but it also so that's the original homage, but additionally it just crosses over so well to Eve because we have dead
Yeah.
space pockets. Those are often the more rich areas of space,
Yeah.
and so it was a relevant term. So we got ourselves a nice uh, RP game that plays homage to his original fun game. And yeah, so the general idea would be, oh, here's a mining corporation in Eve that follows in the kind of path of Outer Ring excavations.
Hey, I love it. I love the pull from. I think this is the first corporation that we've had in the history series that I've been doing that has their corp named after a game. I absolutely love it. So with the corp starting from a video game and or coming from the name kind of playing off of that, where did that come in from?
Um, Wait,
Let
say that
me
again. You broke up.
yeah, let me rephrase that. So can you tell me how and where kind of the corp started and some of the history of the corp?
Oh, yeah, sure. So the corp was started in 2020 as the industrial sister corp for the United Caldari Navy. So for those of you who are unaware, who are not involved in faction warfare, the United Caldari Navy is the largest Caldari faction warfare corp and the anchor corporation for the United Caldari Space Command Alliance. So Dead Space Excavations is the sister corp for UCN. The original job of the corporation was to be a place to put your indie alts. So if you're a fac war pilot, fighting and doing PvP, and you got a bunch of indie alts on the side because you got to make money and you got to build ships, you would put them all into Dead Space. And Dead Space was kind of allied by Blue, not really in game, so that we didn't have to worry about the war deck situation.
Okay.
So yeah, UCN does the shooting and EXA does the building.
That's pretty awesome.
So that's how they, yeah. So that's how we got started. Around 2022 is when I got shot and recruited. I was out doing uh, I was basically a high sec trader type at the time, kind of dipping my nose into low sec when I saw good deals. And one day I saw an excellent deal on 1,000 shuttles in Mout. And
Ooh.
being the ignorant high secker I was, I didn't realize Mout was a asset safety system. Oops. Uh,
Oh.
but nevertheless, I was I was pretty well versed at traveling through lowsec, and so I spent the next week going in and out of Mout um, to get these shuttles out back to high sec, so I could go and sell them. I think in Dodixie, and
Yeah.
I managed to evade both Potato Alliance and the UCSC, who was living there at the time, for most of the week. And finally, one of them got me. I don't know who. My luck ran out. And in the final leave tradition of shoot 'em and recruit 'em, they reached out and like, hey, everybody's talking about you back at the station. Someone finally got you. I said, yeah. And so they explained what they were doing. I said, oh, sounds like fun, but I'm not into PvP. And they said, well, we have this indie corp over here. I said, okay. So join them, and that's how I got into the corp.
That is awesome. And that's absolutely funny. And I understand the shoot 'em and recruit 'em method. That is probably one of the best ways, time honored traditions to do so. Is hi, I just shot you. You should come hang out with us.
Yeah, you're
Absolute
cool.
classic.
Yep. So yeah, I joined up with them. We spent about 6 months on that. 6 months running around LoSec, doing the thing. The corp, when I joined it, there were like 2 heartbeats in it. And around about
There's 2 heartbeats. Wow. Sorry, my brain
yeah,
was
I
just
joined
like,
it.
wow.
Yeah, there were 2 heartbeats because, well, most of the corp were alts. They were all
Oh,
over on the UCN side shooting people in fact war.
that
So
tracks.
roundabout, yeah.
Yeah, that tracks.
So roundabout, I don't know, 6 months or so into that, we had grown to about 12 or so heartbeats. We were at the time living in Athernon. UCSC was parked over in Animalia, and so we were doing our little mining thing. We had grown and we had a small little Blops team that we would go roaming nullsec with, as well as providing overwatch for our mining fleet. And I was sitting there talking to Nayrock and saying, this is nice and all, but there's got to be more. And so the whole problem with living in LoSec, especially around that area, is snuffed out. And one of the facts of life is if you don't pay snuffed out rent, your stations tend to have a shorter lifespan than most. So I started looking for options. I thought, let's go the rental route. And so we started talking with Volta and Blob about going over there because we needed to stay near the war zone. And so it was like, okay, renting, all right, whatever. Okay, that looks like a plan. Let's talk to Brave and somebody else. And then Nayrock suddenly shows up on my door and says, hey, how about Shadow? And I said, who? Shadow Ultimatum. Who? Okay, who are they? Pull up Dotland, look at a map. Cloud Ring. Okay. All right. That's at least convenient because, you got F7C, you got also Pointin, and, 3 jumps later is an Animalia. Perfect. But, how much? Nothing. Wait. We go to Shadow and it doesn't cost us anything. This is Eve. Nothing costs nothing. Like, no, nothing. Okay. Well, what do they want out of us? They said, just pay taxes if you mine Alliance Moon. That's it. I said, no, protect us? Yeah. For how much? Nothing. Okay. This sounds too good to be true. So talk to Civic and Oxec, and okay, that's what they claim. So if I don't like it, I can always leave. So we took the plunge to Shadow and moved to Cloud Ring. And they were also cool with the fact of our whole little FAC war thing going on. So that is how we wound up joining Shadow. So brief little history. The corp
awesome.
then, yeah. So that's how we got into Shadow. And then as we grew in Shadow, about the B2 war broke out and finished. And as Brave was moving south, offer came from Imperium. It was like, Shadow, you can live in Cloud Ring. That's fine. We will defend you and everything. However, we have this much nicer space down in Esoteria that would be closer to us, and it's far better than Cloud Ring, and you wouldn't have Pratt as neighbors. And so Shadow moved. Well, at this point, this provides a little conundrum for the Corp because we have our Fac War side. But by this point, we had actually grown up to about 53 heartbeats. So joining Shadow was like one of the best decisions we ever made. That gave us a huge shot in the arm as far as opportunities for our miners. Cloud Ring was no picnic, but it was a far more lucrative space than Athenon. But yeah, so we had this opportunity to move to, Shadow was going to move to Esoteria, and by that point, most of the Corp was 100% null. They had never done anything with the low sec side or anything, so we said, we're in, and moved with Shadow down to Esoteria. And now we are as of today, we are the largest corporation in Shadow Ultimatum, about 87 heartbeats.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, so we're happy campers.
See, as somebody who does faction warfare from time to time on a non-main character, I love wait, hold on. They don't want to charge us anything, and we can have fun and still do what we love. I love that, and I love hearing just all the little stories of, wait, hold on, this is a thing, and apparently Nayrock is like, tell her about the Keepstar we donated. I will poke you on that from his request.
I wasn't watching chat.
I got you.
So interesting big accomplishment. So yes, after we joined Shadow Ultimatum and we're settling in and really enjoying it, one of our Corp members, at the time Shadow Ultimatum was staging out of OTAC Z. They had a little Fortizar there. And the goal of the Alliance had a goal of, we want to keep Star. And so one of our members in Deadspace happened to be decently well off from his exploits in previous lives in EVE. And so the corporation donated the Keep Star to Shadow. Keep Star to Shadow. Boom, here you go. Have a Keep Star. We gave him the money. They went and got all the parts and built it it was built in OTEC I. And so we donate this Keep Star, and Shadow goes to deploy it, and through some very well-intentioned pings that were read by a few too wrong people, that Keep Star wound up making it at least in the system it was intended to be deployed in, and blew up.
Hey, at least it made it
due
there.
To some blue eyes.
But
it made it into the system. Yes.
But
so
goodness.
Yes, so we are big accomplishment for us. We gave Shadow their first Keep Star, but unfortunately it is not the one standing in F7C. That's a different one, because ours blew up.
Hey, at least you gave it there, and at least you got it there.
We got it there.
That's a big thing.
Yep.
That's a Keep Star's a big thing. They're not cheap, so getting it there, even, like, hey, my hat's off to that. For you got it there, like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
As somebody who can fly a deluge, I would probably lose it within one jump. So, the fact that you got it at least to the system where it needed to go, fantastic, because that is better than what I can do. So, we kind of touched on it a little bit in how you guys joined Shadow but can you kind of, I don't know, reiterate or touch on it a little bit more? Why was the Imperium or Shadow in the sub case on this, I guess, like, is the correct wording? Goodness, words. Why was it a good choice for Deadspace Excavations?
Well, really, it was the deal is too good to be true. Because here we were required to do, well, almost nothing. Now Shadow has since added a few little activity requirements, nothing onerous. But the big thing about Shadow was real life comes first in all cases, doesn't matter. So if you're having trouble, yes, we have activity requirements. If you're having trouble making them, Shadow gets it, as long as it's real life. And so that's that plus the fact that, again, we don't pay anything. We have
Yeah.
all this space. And when I say all this space, and it actually, I love it every time I'm in our recruiting channel, I get a new, someone from HiSec who doesn't quite understand the Imperium, and they say, well, where can I mine? And I go to sov.space, and I download the coalition map, and I send it to them, and I say, anywhere it's gold.
Mm-hmm.
And then I wait for about 10, 15 seconds while it sinks in about exactly how much space they can mine for free.
And their brains just go.
Oh. And mind blown.
Yep. Oh yeah. I have
Yeah.
tried to explain that to. I have newer players that come in quite a bit, and explaining. Well, nullsec's not scary, but well, you're not blue. Nullsec is very not blue. We will shoot you, but if you're blue, man,
Mm-hmm.
wide open spaces by what's her name starts playing.
Yep.
Yep. And
Yep.
so absolutely love it. So okay, let me ask this. Can you, switching to kind of more on the corp, can you tell me about some of the awesome stuff your corp does for its members? And I always have to ask, in the spirit of a lot of the funny things that have been talked about with recruiting, but are you guys recruiting?
Oh, yes, we are always recruiting. In fact, Rocky is the best recruiter I've ever seen in EVE. I have a steady stream of recruits constantly coming into our chat. I don't know how he does it to pull them in. But as far as awesome stuff that we do for our corp, well, let's see. We have that I can talk about. Okay, well,
Yeah.
I won't tell you about the secret stuff I was going to. So, well, let's just stick to the public stuff. So, like a lot of big corps around EVE, let's face it, we're even 87. We're not like Karma Fleet big, but we're decently big. We do offer SRP on Alliance fleets. In fact, we recently, this last month, switched over to the automatic ship insurance program. So if any of our guys happen to die in a Shadow Doctrine, they get SRP'd automatically. We pay our Logi. So I know you're a Logi, Rose.
Mm-hmm. I am.
Yes. Logi who are on Alliance fleets, they get paid per rep. Now I can't claim I can't claim this idea myself. This actually came out of Steve, from Steve's Haven. His corp actually does this too.
I know
So,
several
once again,
several goon corps that do as well. So, and I love. Now, that is probably my favorite thing to hear every time that I hear that somebody comes on here. It's like, we pay for Logi, and I'm like, oh, take my money. Take my money. Like, Logi, what do you need? I can't join you, but I will be your Logi. How can I help? And just sometimes, usually I'll joke, hey, for the fleet, just pay me 69 ISK as a joke, or 420, or the meme numbers. I'll make a meme out of it.
You give a meme number, you'll get a lot of 69 ISK.
Yeah, see, that's what I usually do. Is, oh my god, that's a lot of people. Hi, Steve's Haven. Hey, weren't you just talking about this guy? I think you were saying that he's.
I think I was.
I think you were, man. Hi, Steve's. Hello, friends. Hi, oh dear Lord. Hi. This is not gonna make me nervous at all. Hi, guys.
Thanks for the follow.
But you mentioned that you got this idea from Steve's Haven. What other cool stuff that do you happen to do for your corp?
Let's see. That's about the really only distinguishing thing. So an interesting thing about the way Shadow works, not to take this away from the corp, but to the Alliance operates more like a huge mega corp. So the SRP and the Logi stuff are kind of the more distinguishers of us, but most of the other like cool stuff that happens is really alliance levels type things. So yeah, otherwise our goal, basically what we're here for is we're here to basically facilitate our members. So if a member comes to me and says, "Hey Charles, I want to do blah 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 blah," we figure out how to make that happen for them. Sometimes, if it needs a station, if it means the corp needs to put a station down somewhere, we drop a station. If it means we need to give somebody roles for whatever temporarily, we'll adjust the roles, or we'll find somebody to tweak whatever the person needed. Basically, we want our members to have the freedom to explore all the facets of EVE. Again, kind of going back to we're not just miners. We also do we got our Fact Wars roots and our Blops roots, and we like to provide a wide variety of activities all across the spectrum to tickle anybody's fancy.
And hey, I absolutely love it. And Steve brought some friends, and we were talking about this kind of, he came in at the proper time in the fact that we talked about oh gosh, as he's recovering from COVID, we talked about how he got the idea how Charles got the idea to pay Logi using the automated corp function, I believe it was. Is that correct?
Yes.
From Steve.
Yeah,
and
the corp project.
That just happened to be the perfect time. That is absolutely fantastic. And thank you for the raid, friend. I hope you get feeling better. So we kind of we touched on it a little bit. With the Keep Star, while it got there, didn't quite get there. But other than the Keep Star, has there been any big accomplishments that you can talk about in a public format? Now that we have way more people here than we started with.
Well, I'm going to be very vague on all the people. The folks in Shadow know all the details, but I'll be a little vague on just for the public part.
Just keep it what's public. You're good.
Yes. Well, actually, not a whole lot of it is. My corp is actually responsible for forcing a peace treaty and mutual blue of another alliance in Nullsec.
Wow.
So there was a recent incident with a nearby alliance where they deployed out to go do some work, and at the particular time, our corp had lucked out, and we had gotten ourselves a small cadre of Icelandic PvPers.
Oh God!
And these guys were awesome. I mean, you talk about a green kill board. Oh yeah, and they had their little routine that they would do, and they would go terrorize this nearby alliance. And that was what they did all day, every day. And so the alliance was getting really kind of miffed at us because they weren't able to do their deployment because they had to constantly keep jumping back to their home and saving yet another ratter or miner who did not get the word that they were supposed to be jump cloned to the deployment area.
Oh gosh.
So this went on long enough that they were threatening to make it a Diplo issue with the rest of the coalition. And so we quickly talked and mutually blued each other for a bit to avoid that shenanigan. But so big accomplishment for my corp, farming a nearby alliance to beg for mercy.
I mean, isn't that not part of EVE?
Oh, that's totally part of EVE, especially for a mining corp. I like to say we mine everything, including salt.
That is the first time that I've heard that, and I absolutely love it. That is, like, the best thing that I've ever heard for a mining corp. I absolutely, like, that's hilarious. Is the fact...
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
My mind is just like, holy shit, that's catchy. Like... God damn. Yeah, Bluegrass got it right. God damn, it is fucking catchy as shit.
Yep. Yeah, we also tend to lead the Alliance kill board for quite a bit at a time. We're mining corp, but we are actually quite dangerous. What I found is that the neat thing about miners is they get blown up. They get beat up. They get shot at. From their very first day in the game. What happens? They get blown up. They get a little further away from the starting system, and what happens? Safety comes and asks for their permit, and then blows them up.
Oh God.
They go to low sec, they get blown up some more. So finally, they come to the safety of null sec, where they get blown up again. But if you take this miner who has been blown up just one too many times, and you take them out and you put them in you say, here, try this ship. And like, what is that? What kind of mining ship is that? It's like, well,
salt.
It's a different kind of mining ship. And it's like, well, okay, well, what's it called? It's called a cormorant. Oh, okay. Yes. It's a mining ship. It's just a different type. It's a cormorant. Just get in and take them out. You take them out and you kind of start showing them the ropes and how to do it. And, they're like, ooh, this is fun. And you put them on a gate camp or something. And then comes that magical moment where they get their first kill. And sometimes you're lucky enough to actually hear it on the open comms when suddenly you hear the ping. And at that point, you have never heard a happier gamer in your life.
As somebody,
all of that.
As somebody who was a high sec miner before they joined Goons, I got my first kill in Adventure. You could hear me scream. I understand this feeling. I just took out a little bait venture and was like, I'm just happy I got my one little gas huffer. And then, boom, motherfucker, you did. Yep.
You did. And at that point, yes, all the hurt and the pain and the suffering of every kill, suddenly that got channeled. And you will not find that person is now going to be one of the meanest PvPers you ever met once they get a little bit better. Yeah.
And that's really how you get new players in the game too, I would say. Is they're the players who are very much high sec, that are explo, that they do some combat sites, they do mining, getting them and going, hey, come here, come sit on this, and we're gonna get you to mine some salt, and teaching them how to mine the salt properly is absolutely a joy. I would agree with that statement. And now I'm being told if you want to make you happy, if anybody wants to make you happy, deliver a carbon at every single station you dock at to you.
Thanks, guys.
That's what they're saying. Then GS
Love the
Cyber
meme.
also says hi.
Thanks, thanks, Cyber. So so that fun little meme. So that came about because
you can steal stations.
I like to.
Oh, I was just gonna say the carbon at every station is a stealing method.
Yeah, no, it's not a stealing method. The whole joke, the inside joke with that one is so. Thing about living in Cloud Ring is it's very, very hazardous. There's always newts everywhere, and so when you go mining, you really can't siege anything. And so it's not that uncommon to do like old school jet can mining and the like. And so when you're doing this, one of the little tricks, as you're probably aware, but for those in the audience who are not aware, one of the little tricks is you put a module or a script or a carbon, you put a non-ore thing in the jet can, and it keeps the can around, but it won't let you drag that item into your mining hold on the transport. So the can doesn't disappear, and so the can just stays on the field, and as long as you need it, in about 2 hours or so, you got to replace it. But as long as you need it, you have this can sitting there that all your alts can dump into, and you can collect, but this can won't blow up. And one of the best items I like to use for that is carbon. And I was extolling the virtues of carbon one day in the mining fleet, and a meme was born. Now everybody likes to give me carbon.
And so this is for jet can mining. So I can understand this. And so to compound with that, Nexus is saying they were talking about how useless carbon was one day. You said it was useful. They began the meme. Now, see, I have another use for carbon that is not jet can mining. So what I was thinking was something completely different in some things that you can do with player-owned stations. And I won't go into details on that, mainly because if you know, you know. I'm not giving away the secrets of how to do things. But yeah, so I was thinking it was something completely else, something completely, like, not related to mining, and I'm just like, I learn something new every day. Like, I was I missed the pre-scarcity, the Rourke era. I missed all of that. I've only really been playing for about 9 months. So, actually,
I started in 2007 was when my main started, and then I sort of stuck with it for a couple of months and then went real life. And then around 2021 or so, picked it back up again.
Okay. That makes sense. See.
So, missed the Rockwell era too.
Yeah, I missed World War B2. I missed the Casino War. I missed all that.
Yep.
I just kind of I heard about it about 15 years ago. It was, oh, this game is toxic. Okay. Now, it has its moments. Local chat sometimes gets rough. Especially in the big fights. Sometimes. Not usually. Sometimes. Very rarely. But,
yeah.
Like, most of the time, it's so super chill. People are nice. People are helpful. Heck, I have random people who send me bodies. That are like, here.
Oh, you're a corpse collector?
I am a corpse collector. I have a SEMA body. SEMA, I have a couple people that I'm like, these are going up here in a box, and they're not leaving the box. I quite literally...
What's the most you ever paid for a body?
I've never bought a body.
You've never bought a body?
No, I've had my own body sell for $5 billion, though.
Oh, well, okay, so, there you go.
I've seen my own body sell for billions.
That's more than mine is sold. So, come on, guys, we got some catching up to do.
Come on, let's get Charles. Let's get his body price up. Let's get it at least up to $1 billion. Come on. Actually, hold on. If anybody gets his body, and this is you can't AWOX him. But if he dies in a fight, I'll pay $1 billion for it if you pick it up. No blue on blue, though. We're not breaking any Imperium rules here. That's
most of the time, if they blued on blue, they'd be without an FC. So
fair.
It works against them.
See, occasionally, I do like occasionally, I spoil your fun. Okay, look, if you guys decide to go 1v1 at the sun, I can't stop you. Like, come on. But occasionally I do like to go, hey, if anybody wants to get me a body, I'll pay for it. I might even, heck, I have even put a Plex bounty on somebody before. So, but yeah.
Who is that, so I can go shoot him?
Well, okay, so for the Secret Santa thing, I ask for FC bodies.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will you will not be able to get away with shooting the person that I have a Plex request for the body. So, yes. I don't think it would be... I really only pay Plex for Directorate. High-level Directorate goon bodies. Or Gobbins or Villy, people who don't undock very often.
Oh, those are going to be easier than to pull a Vile Rat.
I would pay Plex for a Vile Rat. But...
No, I meant shooting the goon director.
Oh, yeah, no, that would...
That doesn't turn too well.
No, it doesn't. So that's why it's, if you pick them up from the battlefield, or if they consensually give you their body by exploding on the undock, which is may or may not how I got SEMAs, you know, I technically can get one without, there's one that I can probably ask for and get their body without getting in too much trouble. But I would have to, the exchange would be I would have to give up and blow myself up on the undock, and while I'm okay with this, it's yeah. So, but
Okay.
yeah, it's I have some fun things, and yeah, my only rule is don't break the don't be a dick, and don't AWOX unless it's like consensual and you guys are like, yeah, we'll split the plex, like, or split the ISK, or whatever, like, y'all do y'all. But there are some fun crazy things that we get going. But so if people are interested and want to join Deadspace Excavation, how can they get a hold of you to tell you, hey, bitch, we want to join?
The easiest way to do that would be to
Discord.
Copy. Yes, would be to join our Discord and chat rules. Got it.
I will spam it in chat. There we go. You're also spamming
or that
it in
one.
chat. There we go. Or that works too. I just copied and pasted. But yeah, go there if you want.
Join the Discord. Say hello.
Learn some more information about more than just what you've heard here. Talk to them. Get in there. Have some fun. And blow people up. Do all the shit.
Yes.
All right. So,
operators are standing by.
Oh my god. That's the best. So, before I let you go, any final words that you would like to kind of throw out there and tell the people about Deadspace Excavations?
Yeah, come join the Corp, guys. Come check us out. If you are we take players as soon as they're literally as soon as they come out of the clone vat. So no experience required. We'd love to train you all up. If you have been a high sec, ever considering null sec, if you want to come in some extremely safe space, Faith Abylis is dead. So you come out and check us out, and we'd love to see more folks out here. Thanks, Rose, for this opportunity.
Hey, thanks for coming to be here. And it sounds like Admiral Alisman is telling them to offer microwave tea for membership. Personally, not a fan of microwave tea, but I can see
there's too many folks from the UK in both Corp and Alliance to condone microwaving tea.
Oh my god. That's perfect. That's for Contempo's Corp. Okay. Well, I will say that if you like microwaved tea, it sounds like this might be the place for you. Or if you like memes of all kinds, these guys are definitely great. I've always had a positive experience when flying with you guys on fleets. And I see quite a few of you, and it makes my heart warm. So thank you for being willing to come in and talk and have a good time and have some laughs.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, with that, I'm going to go ahead and mute everything for a second, and we're going to switch over to the rest of Eve for a little bit. So give me 2 seconds, guys, and consider this your BRB screen. Alrighty. With that, you guys, boop, should be able to hear everything and see everything. Kind of. Maybe. Let me see if I'm making noises. My dog is going nuts. She's like, hi, Hammond. Yes, hello, doggo. We have a very happy dog. Are you saying hello? Hi. Hi. I love you. Mm-hmm. I love you. No, you can't have that. That's mine. Thank you. I love you too. You're such a good girl. Thank you, pretty princess. She's being needy. But what is a kettle? A kettle is like a thing you put water in and you put it on the stove or you plug it in and it heats up water. So, yes. That's a thing. That's a thing. So, Alright. So, with that, I'm just going to start playing with Skinner. Because, whoop, there we go. Get it back thing. You are welcome, Blueberry. But now, basically, is I'm going to... Okay, come on. Why can I... That's what I wanted. There we go. Yeah, so what I'm going to do now is start playing with Skinner and hang out, and maybe we'll see what happens. And I'm gonna leave the thing the same because I don't want to fuck it up. Oh, that's gonna do that. Okay, hold on. No. There we go. But yeah. So, I'm just gonna sit here and talk now, because fuck it, we ball. But yeah, that was a really, I love talking to people, and hearing people, and hearing them talk about their groups. So, yeah. That's what we was doing, and I got food in the middle of that. Thank you, baby. Because a wonderful significant other brought food. So yeah, we're gonna play with Skinner. I'm gonna have snacks, and we're gonna have fun. So, that's about how it goes sometimes. But Punisher. Tiny ass body. No, it's got to be gold because of the lore. Actually, that bronze is pretty cute. The bronze is pretty nice. If anybody has the Skinner stuff from logins that I don't want, please let me know. Because, like, I will take that shit. A lot. But I like that. That's too matte, I feel like. I do like that. That's not bad. Angel Sky, unfortunately, you did. We just finished the interview with Charles from Deadspace Excavations, if I can English correctly. Now I'm playing with Skinner. And eating french fries. So, but yeah, that was actually a really interesting episode because they started off as a factional warfare group. So yeah, I liked it. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. make it gold because of Amar. Ooh, that's actually not bad. So yeah, unfortunately you did miss the interview, but it will be posted on YouTube, and for anybody who is interested in seeing past episodes. Boop. Oh, I spelled it wrong. There we go. So, the last 8 episodes are already up. 8? 7. Let me check. 7. Last 7 are already up. 8, 9, and 10 will be uploaded tomorrow. Tomorrow we have... Tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central. That is... 2000... 2000... Let me type that out. That. 2000. We will have Iron Whales with Jay Kuhn. So talking about kind of their corp. We will also have a Following Skinner stream. Then the 7th at... Oh, God, hold on. I have to Eve convert. Eve time converter. Because mathing is hard. And then 1400 on the 7th, we have the Exiles with Radu. And then the 8th at 0100 Eve, we have Bovril. 4 p.m. Or, sorry, that would be 2100 on the 9th. We have Michio and the Hounds of Hyades. I have not decided on the 10th or 11th yet because the 11th is Mother's Day. 14th, 15th, 16th. I believe 17th is also. We have a really packed schedule for the next roughly week and a half on interviews. So if anybody is interested, you can reach out to me on Discord. I do these in part as history streams. So if you're interested, or you might want to, have your corp be featured, come talk to me. Have your person who can make a decision send me a message. And we'll go from there. So, yeah, just literally send me a message and we'll talk about it. Mainly because I gotta see, hey, will you not use spicy gamer words? Hey, can you follow some basic rules? And, yeah. Because, some of the stuff I gotta be careful with because I'm not getting myself banned on Twitch. I'm not getting myself banned on YouTube. There are some basic rules that I have people follow if they are not in the Imperium. But I'm still willing to talk to you nonetheless. Because I like to have the history overall and people can go through and see the timelines and how they add up. That is not bad. God damn it. That's really not bad though, but does it scale? Okay, not horrible. But yeah, literally, all you gotta do is shoot me a message on Discord. I'll talk to just about anybody. But yeah, I have some rules that I implement just to kind of keep things pretty easy. And yeah, so this is the after story spiel, for lack of better words. If you're interested, come and hang out. Some of the adverts for this while I pull up a skin. But yeah. So with that, that takes us to the hour mark. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to raid out. I'm basically going to close the stream. This has been the advert for if you're interested in coming on and talking to me and having your court be featured, come talk to me. There are basic rules, there are basic things that I require, basically so it goes smoothly and doesn't get me in trouble with CCP or Twitch or YouTube. But yeah, so with that, I'm going to end the stream and then pop it right back up. So don't go anywhere. I'll literally be right back. All you have to do is refresh your feed, and we're gonna keep going and keep having a good time, and we'll just keep going till I get tired, or until I get too hungry, or until y'all are like, just do the thing. So we will be right back.